My conversations with Peter confirmed what I'd learnt on the beach in Durban and with the Zionist ladies in KwaMashu. Religion and healing are not divided. If you go in search of one, you are led to the other. European medicine came to Africa along a route made by European missionaries. There is a hospital attached to the Lutheran Foundation at Mapamulo. I spoke to the staff nurse.
Do you find that when the people come into the hospital, they really think that what's wrong with them is something to do with somebody casting a spell on them?
That's the main point.
Is it?
Because I've been working in the district with the district surgeon, and all the people think that they're witchcrafted. That's the first thing.
Really?
Until you try to explain to them. But others really don't believe. Because even if they are still here, they do take Zulu medicines, though taking the tablets at the hospital.
Do you find people in hospital with Zulu medicines with them?
Yes.
A little bag of medicines?
Yes.
What do they like? Herbs, usually?
Herbs.
Yeah.
And others just bring razor blades, and some of them...
What razor
razor blades, and do these cuttings and rub the patients so that the nurses don't see them.
What, they cut their own flesh? Oh, the visitors?
The visitors
bring razor blades?
Razor blades and some medicines, cut the patients, rub them suddenly, and run out. When you come in, they just sit like this and look at you.
But if you find somebody with medicines, do you take them away? Do you
no,
remove
we just
them?
tell them to take them back home. We don't
them.
take them.
Yeah, and you can't search everybody coming in,
no,
can
we
you?
can't. Especially here, because they come at any time. There are no strict visiting hours.
So in a way, do you think they think, some of the traditional people think of you as being against religion?
Yes, they do think of that.
And the ancestors might punish you or something
Yes,
like that?
they always tell us that the ancestors will punish you. And you won't have any luck in your life.
Because you've made them better?
Yes.
That's cruel.
They usually don't believe. It's very difficult to convince them. Very difficult. It's better with the educated people.
Oh.
Those who are not educated, at times they ask for weekends. On Fridays, no, I want to go home for a weekend. And he goes home to slaughter a goat, bring medicines, take medicines, stay in the kraal, and all those traditional things, and comes back on Monday. And then you'll hear him saying, I'm much better. Just because it's psychological. He believes that it's better now.
It seems to matter to be at home here, doesn't it? If you've been home, you're all right.
You must do it at home.
That's right. Health is at home.
It is at home.
At home, if you're ill, you can call in a traditional African doctor, a diviner. The patient is the woman on the right. Siyavuma, said Peter though, means we agree. It's a consensus answer by a whole family to a series of diagnostic probes by the diviner. In this case, she made a connection between the physical ailment and a failure to do the right thing by an ancestor. The cure is to take a herbal brew and for the whole family to make amends by sacrificing a goat. It's as easy to film a Western surgical operation as it is to film the mending of a car. The surgeon mechanic opens the patient's bonnet and operates on the part that's affected. The patient is the one with the ache. But African traditional healing, as far as I can follow it, doesn't seem to work that way. The symptoms may appear in a single person, but the patient is a whole group. The one with the ache, the family, the community, and the ancestors. And healing, when it comes, brings health to everyone. I'd seen in Peter the tug between European ways and African roots, and I wanted to see if I could feel the same tug elsewhere. I went to Mapamulo Theological College to talk about the old ways and the new ways with some students, young men about to become Lutheran pastors. They were with their rector.
But unfortunately in Africa now, we youngsters, when we want to introduce our own indigenous church, we have got old-timers here who are really against it.
Old-timers here, your finger.
We want to be free and be moving, you see, and have the spirit of the citizens. But now we are controlled by the old people.
What but he's listening to you.
What do you know about our tradition unless you sit down and learn from me? I can foresee what's going to happen to these fellows. They become burning here, just like students at the universities, burning everything, and when they go out, they just disappear, and you never hear of any Mr. Chairman of the SRC doing anything except collecting money and getting busy.
What do you think? Do you think he's too cynical?
You see, things are happening. I've been at San Juan during this Christmas holiday.
You know, San Juan is the battlefield where the Zulus licked the English.
Did they? we never learned about that at school.
You see, things are happening. There's a young pastor there who really allows these people, you know, come in. They were partaking in whole community, their own traditional attires, and it was really, I felt at home, you know, and those women were very proud of their own traditional attires. So you can't say we are going to change.
And there is a great opposition against
it.
I was quite shocked, actually, to see a picture of a white Jesus. What does it mean to them if they see that in a church?
You see, they tend to believe that Jesus Christ was, is a white man's God and is a white man's invention. That's why the young radicals, they say we have nothing to do with Christianity because this is a white man's man. He came here with the Bible and he gave us the Bible, then he took our land. So we have nothing to do with that type of religion. I mean, this is the mistake which the old church,
and of course,
committed.
When we want to introduce now a black Christ, these old people, they don't want. Because they believe that Christ can never be black. Must be a white man.
To believe it.
Yeah.
Why not get rid of Christ? I put it to you quite seriously. Why not say, look, he has done many mighty things, but caused a lot of trouble. Let's start again with another name, and let's not have it associated with Europe at all. Why not? I mean, why not get rid of it?
Well,
there is no problem about Christ, in fact, if we would understand that he reveals himself to the people to appear like the people. If he reveals himself in China, he's a Chinese. If we would understand him as one of us, yes, I would agree he's black, because I think black, I'm black.
Rector Makatini is a respected theologian and scholar. I put to him the question I'd first put to Peter Mkiza. Had he given up his Zulu tradition to take on Christianity?
This is what I am expected to have done, because I was raised in a Christian family, but my father was from a heathen background.
He spoke with passion of Zulu belief in life after death, Zulu respect for elders, Zulu feeling for community, all of which could well have been carried over into Christianity. He, like Peter, spoke from personal experience of an ancestor and a dream.
This is one thing that has disturbed my mind, even as a so-called theologian, for a long time, after my very vivid experience of my grandmother. She died in 1932, and she was very fond of me. In 1948, when I was teaching, I became very ill, and I was given off for dead. And I sort of went into a coma and had something like a vision. I was traveling through a very open land, just like a golf course, and I passed through many gates. And when I approached a beautiful city with some pine trees, all quiet in the morning, and the sun was just about to rise, and there was that wind, the rising of the cool wind. And then I came to a gate. It was a brass gate, and my grandmother appeared right there, grabbed me by the arm, and called me by my family name, Duma. That's the name my father gave me when I was born. Duma, what are you here for? You have still a lot of work to do on earth. Let's go. She picked me up, just rolled in the sky with me, you know, just like a bird, came down, having me in her arm, placed me right in the yard, and gave me a hot spank here. Don't come up there again. I got up, and I tell you, I wasn't anymore aware that I had stomach trouble. To crown it all, I looked at where she had hit me, and there was a dark mark on my skin, as if some blood had clotted there. And after a few weeks, scales started peeling off. Then this has tortured my mind to try and understand where the dead are. According to the faith of the Zulu people, there is no problem. She really came. She is there looking after us. I'm saved from many troubles because she was fond of me and saves me. But now the Christian religion tells me, don't look beyond. Look to Jesus and not beyond. It is really a very sharp point to discuss, even theologically. And I'm convinced, by God's providence and ways, our living dead are somewhere, not disconnected from our interests, but still with us somehow.
What do you do when you find yourself in the presence of something of great power and importance, think it should be given space, but have no words, no pictures, no experience to cover it? I'm thinking in this case about sleep, the throwaway third of a lifespan, and more especially about dreams. Not the literature on dreams, nor the drawings of dreams, nor the shreds of dreams that drift out of sleep and down to the breakfast table, but dreams cultivated, listened to, and lived in. I've sometimes had the feeling on this search that no African will let me get really near him until he knows that I know, really know, about dreams. Now, if you're talking to some foreigner about dreams and how you regard them, and he says, that sounds very primitive, what's your reaction?
Yeah, they have said it. They've said it sounds primitive. And I always interpret primitive as pure.
Pure?
Yeah, that's still pure. I think if somebody would like to be really himself, he should be a little primitive.
There is a flat-topped mountain in Natal called Nlangagazi. Every January, members of the Church of the Nazarites come on pilgrimage in obedience to a message left by their prophet. Here they are on holy ground. Their prophet, whom many of them believed to be the Black Messiah, was Isaiah Shembe. He was born in 1870 and died in 1935. At the age of 36, he was baptized a Christian. But he had dreams of destiny. He felt a call to bring the distant God into the midst of his people. He healed the sick, carried power, moved like an anointed king, saw God. This mountain was his Sinai. Today's pilgrims retrace the steps of Isaiah Shembe. In some ways, the Nazarites resemble the Zionists, but their Zion is not an alternative city. Rather, it's the continuance, integrity and history of the Zulu nation. The visit to the mountain goes on for 2 weeks, and it ends in a day of dancing. In their own words, they dance before the Lord. It's in the Psalms, they say. Make a joyful noise unto the God of Jacob. Blow up the trumpet in the new moon, even in the time appointed, and upon our solemn feast day. When you ask the Nazarites why they dress as they do, or dance as they do, or play these special instruments, they'll generally give one of 2 answers. First, it's found in the Bible. Second, Isaiah Shembe, our prophet, dreamed it and wished it so. A mile or 2 from Kwamashu Township, the Nazarites have their other holy place, Ekupakamene, the place that is lifted up. Saturday is their holy day. Sabbath at Ekupakamene is the realization of Isaiah Shembe's vision of paradise. People moving quietly under the trees, wearing the garments of angels, at peace with each other and their surroundings. Most of the hymns the Nazarites sing are also the work of Isaiah Shembe. Though till near the end of his life he could neither read nor write, he composed these extraordinary melodies from some source he described as his dreams. Peter Mkiza, who'd never been to a Nazarite service before, said it was the most authentic Zulu sound he'd ever heard. Amos Shembe, Isaiah's second son, used to be a schoolmaster. His father's prophetic mantle descended first to his elder brother, who died in 1976, and seems now to be hovering. Many of these Nazarites wore little icons of Isaiah and talked of him as their saviour. I thought of Rector Makatini saying that Christ for black Africa must be seen as black. But I don't believe he was thinking of Isaiah Shembe, nor did Shembe himself ever claim divine status. But what Shembe represents, and this is why we end with him, is the crying need for a nation, any nation, to see God in terms of its own flesh and blood, its own traditions, and its own ancestral wisdom. It's quite instructive to make a list of some of the things on which many African Christians and African non-Christians seem to agree. Here are just 3 suggestions. First, the importance of dreams and visions, which appear to guide and instruct Christian and non-Christian alike. Next, the importance of healing, whether the ministration is in church or with a traditional healer in a hut. Last, the importance of power. Both the old religion and, more recently, Christianity are spoken of as carriers of power. And if you own up to a feeling that the Christianity you're meeting in Africa doesn't seem quite the same as the Christianity you learnt about at home, you'll be referred back to the New Testament, where dreams and visions have a decisive effect on the action, where Jesus and his disciples heal the sick, and where the Holy Ghost appears as God's power, falling on his followers like tongues of fire. It'll be hard, after Africa, to see Christianity in quite the same light as before.